Hello, dear friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is news time again from this very good channel. Welcome back. How are you all doing? Hope you're good. I pray that God will be with you in your endeavors. Today, we have another update for you. And I want you to, after listening to it, you drop your opinion and suggestions you have so that Biafra will be free. And that's just it. Okay, let's go there.
From the dungeons of the evil ones. As I speak to you, every coast have liberated themselves because they have been an instrument or a city or a place being used by the French colonial masters to do what? To launch the attack on Ibrahim Traore. Ibrahim Traore have escaped series of attack or assassination from these French colonial masters. And Ivory Coast was their spot. Even as I speak to you, before yesterday, when what is happening now started, Ivory Coast have some Al-Qaedas, a group of Al-Qaedas that launched themselves preparing on how to attack Captain Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso, of which, through the help of one of the immigration officers who witnessed, who saw them, now make a call to inform the young man, look at what is at stake and see what is happening in Côte d'Ivoire. And glory be to God that Ibrahim Traore has somebody like Vladimir Putin, who was on his side and who has been on his side, who helped him with some about 3 drones, which he used to do what? To wipe out the whole terrorists, those Al-Qaedas that have conspired and groomed themselves and make Côte d'Ivoire as a place of their meeting point before they will carry out their evil atrocities against any good government or any good leader in Africa. As we speak now, Côte d'Ivoire is in a serious famine, circles. And coupled with what Pan-Africa have prepared and already agitating for, fighting for the freedom of who? Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekman, and that Ambazonia guy from Ambazonia guy that was arrested by the Mr. Abacho that was arrested by the Norway. You understand? These are the great people who are the person or the people or the person that championed this. There is no other person that Captain Ibrahim Traore captaining and championing the Pan-Africa to make sure that these good leaders who rise, who stand to liberate themselves from the colonial master, from the Western war of the Europeans. I'm talking about the Europeans, European colonialism. These are the people that they have stood to liberate themselves, and the Europeans doesn't want that, and they have been looking for a way to put them down. You can see what happened in the court today, that even Nigerian witnesses, Nigerian judge could not be able to present the full witnesses incomplete, which led Omotosho to get provoked and said that is giving them 2 weeks to choose within 6 days inside the 2 weeks to present their full witnesses, and failure to do that is going to strike their case as a weak one, and automatically, if that should happen, automatically Nnamdi Kanu has gained the ground the more for the 3rd or the 4th time regarding to this struggle of what? Freedom. So I will say all this with this my little knowledge or token understanding. You will agree with me that actually Africans has woken up to liberate themselves from their colonial masters. No more tears and no more sorrow, no more intimidations. It is the high time we rise up. And I love what Captain Ibrahim Traore with the advice or the speech which he get from the knowledge he get from the speech of Nnamdi Kanu today and tomorrow, which other Africans, I believe, will soon rise up to join the race, because Africa must be free from their colonial intimidators.
What is happening now? Do you not think that the Nigeria government and other African leaders will be kind of panicked as regards what is happening?
There is already a serious panic in Aso Rock. And as you can see, the Nigerian today, the DSS, they are all, including Muhammadu Buhari, the former president of Nigeria, that is on the run now, on his way in the process of running, was interviewed and he denied of being involved or the one holding Nnamdi Kanu. You can read it today. The Nigerian DSS has completely and totally denied of being the one that kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya. Are you hearing me? So, having said all this, you can see that vividly well, the kidnapper is on the run, while the person that they kidnap is the one calling them. That is to tell you, Africa is about to have a total liberation and a total change. Because, you know, sometimes I used to ask a question. Why is it that all these things are happening now? Why didn't it happen before or later? But why is it happening now that Nnamdi Kanu rose up? That is when Africa now wake up. That is to tell you, Africa has been waiting for a motivator. Africa has been waiting for somebody, a hero, a champion to champion something. And they need somebody to educate them. They need a lecturer to lecture them. And that is what Nnamdi Kanu has finished doing. You can see his speech. You can see his lecturing. You can see his teachings. You can see how far everything has spread. Not just in Nigeria, but it has spread all over the world. And every nation, especially in Africa, are woken up from their dreams, from their slumbers. Standing, rising to stand firm and claim what is rightly belongs to them.
What's going on in Africa now? You feel that Nnamdi Kanu have been vindicated?
Of course.
All his words that you have been talking about
His
for
teachings,
African
his
liberation.
lessons, his lectures has given insight, has awakened the wicked brains.
But do you not think with this now, the court to see or Nigerian government to see hold him or clamp him down more, the more?
They cannot clap him down because they don't have a concrete fact. As you can see, since this court, the trial begins up to this very date, Nnamdi Kanu have been standing and outstanding. Because you can see what Omotosho finally said today. The young man was like, James Omotosho. He was like, you, the federal government, who appeal against this young man case, you do not have a complete evidence any longer. Where are your witnesses? Why are you having short comments? Whereas it is your opponent, in person of Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, was supposed to be the one having short comments. But instead of him having short comments, a whole Federal Republic of Nigeria is the one having short comments in the court of law. That is to tell you how weak Nigerian country is. How weak they are. You know, sometimes we believe, and it has been our mentality, that we will use money or use oil to bribe our way in everything. But they have seen it now that oil and money cannot bribe your way in all things. In regard to this case, Nigeria will lose once again because there was an evidence presented in the court by Nnamdi Kanu counsel, legal counsel. The winning of Nnamdi Kanu in the Federal High Court Enugu, the winning of Nnamdi Kanu in the Federal High Court Abia State, in the winning of Nnamdi Kanu in the Appeal Court Abuja, regarding to this trial. And today, this is another winning on his side, coming again to play. Yes, a hero. He's always a hero.
area already in panic mode. It was a viral video that went viral yesterday. What's your take as regards?
You know, there are some rumors I don't, you know, easily believe. Bombing Okigwe in the sense that Okigwe is a stronghold of terrorists. Who are the terrorists at Okigwe? Nobody. Biafrans are Biafrans. Anyway, in Biafra land, you have hoodlums, you have criminals. It is bound to be in every region, just like every other region. But I've never seen recent time all the criminal-prone regions or districts in the mid-belt, in the core north, you know, bombed by Nigerian military forces. Why Igbo land that has never experienced something like that is, you know, being the object, focal object of the Nigerian military to go and bomb, to go and decimate. Listen and listen good. Nothing is going to happen at Okigwe. It's a mere heresy, rumor. Because if Nigerian military forces embark on that kind of deadly mission, they will understand that Biafra still can defend themselves. You are in the air, you are throwing bomb on the ground, and you don't know what is on the ground, lying on the ground. They might do that. Good. Let them go. But let me tell you, it is going to be drone. It is going to be drone strike. But if they do it, they are worsening the situation of, you know, Biafra Nigerian rift. So I'm talking to you now, Biafra and Nigeria is having rift. That's why Nnamdi Kanu has been kept incommunicado for almost 60 months now. Incommunicado. Nnamdi Kanu is sitting down. You know, one place. Is it possible? Or guys, a mere rumor because Nigerian government would not have any reason to do that. Even if they do, because they are errand boys to Fulani Janjaweeds, I mean all the southeastern governors, they should remember that when we are going to war, this is another remark, it is never like when we are coming back from the war. I repeat, when we are going to the war, to fight war, can never be the same as when we are coming back from the war, from war. Do you know what? Ojijo ogu, ode adekan nnata ogu. Ana anogu, when they nebunisi, when they na gawane motua, they will be limping. It's an Igbo adage. See, death is not selective during the war. Anybody could die. And attacking Biafra land, a land that has been subjected to this kind of exploitation, marginalization, all manners of, you know, human degradation, since 1970 till date. I mean 55 years. I think embarking on military operation in that region is a very, very perilous, dangerous, you know, risky venture. It's a project that is too costly. And if they succeed, I think they should wait for the repercussion. Biafra land, I'm an Igbo man. They say we are TOB. They say we are terrorists. That's why they are all terrorists. They are kinsmen. Whomsoever they are all terrorists, not Igbo man. Fulani actually embarks on war against Nigerian nation for over how many years now? Fulani Janjaweeds are killing Nigerians, funding all platforms, manners of platforms under terrorism. I name them: Mahuda, Lakarua, bandits, Boko Haram, Ansaru, Herdsmen, ISWAP. 7 terrorist platforms were invited by these Sahel inhabitants, originators, and Nigerian government is a goat sleeping, fighting their brothers, fighting themselves. I'm telling you, it is not always like that. The way people say things is not always the way things are. Man has his own way of doing things, but God supersedes man. Embarking on any military operation in Igbo land again, led or organized by Hope Uzodinma, I think will be very, very disastrous. Hope Uzodinma sleeps in the barrack in Abuja since inception of his administration 4 years ago. Or less than that. I'm telling you that Hope Uzodinma will never, ever be happy when he finishes his tenure as a governor of Imo State. He will never be happy. Yes. He will be gnashing his teeth.
But they have said when I finish my duty as a governor of Imo State that he was going to sleep in peace. He has said this in time past. He said he know he has done very well for himself, that he's going to rest and sleep in peace.
Thank you so much.
This is a man that knows what to say.
Yes, thank you, Hope Uzodinma. A goldfish has no hiding place. When a man's way is not pure, he always runs around. One, when a man's way is not pure, anytime he sees police, he will dodge, he will hide. That is two. Number three, when a man's way is not pure, he always fidgets and screams. He has knock on the door. What does he say? Who is there? With hypertension and blood pressure. Listen, that's 3 points. Then fourth one, when a man's way is not pure, he is always banished and outlawed by his kinsmen because he's a bad egg. Persona non grata. That is whom Hope Uzodinma is. Is a persona non grata, an undesirable element among his kinsmen, among his Igbo brothers, among southeastern Nigerian, region people. Persona non grata, an undesirable element. Okay, let me tell you, it's the word of the mind, and he has been actually outlawed according to Igbo culture. Because I know that all people will never, ever allow Hope Uzodinma to reintegrate himself with them. The people in his kinsmen, the people in his community, Hope Uzodinma has lots and lots of cleansing to perform. Cleansing what? Rights. Yes, to perform. You must perform it because he committed abomination in Igbo land. Cleansing what? Ritual. Hope has lots and lots cleansing ritual to perform in Olu, Imo State. Because it has actually gone contrary to the traditional laws. God is an enemy of tradition. Tradition is worldly. But not all the tradition and culture God detests. Because tradition and culture was here before religion. But what I'm telling to tell you is that religion and culture, they are the one that God does not detest. And you have to know that Hope Uzodinma violates the laws of the land, and we have no reason to sleep. When he finishes his tenure, knock, who is there? Hope will be rolling everywhere. His mind will be cutting. His mind will be on what? Suspended. On suspecting any movement of the youths, any movement of the people in his community, outside his community. Every movement of his people in Igbo land, outside Igbo land. A goldfish has no hiding place. If he likes, he should have thrown himself into America, anywhere in the world. Igbos are everywhere. And he should remember, not in a haste. No, he should not forget in a haste that there are many petitions down, running hundreds of thousands, based on genocide committed by he in Igbo land. He cried, he's alive, many Igbo youths in the past. And there are documents, documented petitions at the ICC level, International Criminal Court, based on homicide, first degree manslaughter, murder, then to cap it all within the avenue of genocide. The genocide committed in Igbo land stopped actually in 1970, but military cliques, Nigerian military cliques under the command or watch of Buhari made it more bogus when Buhari shot 1,000 Asaba men. In their cold blood, they were all sent to their early grave, thereby rendering over 1,000 women widows. I don't know whether you understand where I'm going. Yes, husbandless. So that's why I'm telling you that genocide is no new thing in Igbo land again until Uzodimba, Uzodimba rejuvenated that pain of 1970s. And he is not remorseful. That's why the loss of the land, that's why the earth we are standing is going to swallow Hope Uzodimba. Yes.
So actually now you don't believe the Nigerian government and the Southeast governors can actually make or cause the airstrike, then Okigwe.
What I'm saying is it, because they will have no law and reasons. No law is backing them to commit genocide in Igbo land. Whatever you do, the world, the earth, the planet Earth today is a global village. There are things you can commit now. United Nations will come after you. I would like to refer you to history, what happened in Baghdad, Iraq, from 1980 to 1988. Iraq and Iran was embarked on fully escalated war. For good 80 years, Iraq won. Iran used chemical weapon on the Kurdish. Kurdish is a particular tribe in Iran. Listen and listen good. Iraq used chemical weapon on the Kurdish. No, the Kurds are part of Iraq anyway, but they always didn't want to be part of Iraq. And Iraq government under Saddam Hussein used biological weapon. What happened then? United Nations actually supersedes any other in the world. United Nations control NATO. NATO struck against Iran, invasion of Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and the rest of the oil-rich, let me say, Emirates or kingdom in the south, in the Middle East. And what happened because he used that weapon? After US-led ally devastated Iraq in 1990, January 1991, Operation Desert Storm. Hussein was arrested. They arrested him in a, just dustbin. This is spider, whatever, hole. They brought him out. They conducted DNA test. It was he. They sent him to court, and justice actually caught up with him. Why? Because he used chemical weapon on the Kurds. The Kurdish are part of the Iraq, but most of them are Christians. Saddam Hussein used chemical weapon on these people,